This video is about data entry in Microsoft Excel for absolute beginners. So this over here is what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be learning how to enter data correctly in Microsoft Excel, and while this over here is what we're going to be recreating in this particular video. So for you to get started, first of all, choose a workspace that you want to work on. So I choose between this area to this area, and then I drag it down. So whenever you choose a space that you want to work on, the first thing you want to do is that you want to make that space unique, right? So you have to come over to this place, make sure your rib is on your home, and then come over to this drop down here that they wrote borders. Click on borders. Now there are different borders to choose from, so I'm going to choose this one that says all borders. So everything here will be all bordered out, just like this one here. So after bordering it, the next thing I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be creating this header. Now watch how everything here centers. So if I start tapping here now and say data entry for absolute beginner, you will see how it will cut across every other thing. So what we normally do is, before we start typing, before we start typing, since we want to make a header like this one, I come over to this place. I want to make this header and select everything here. So when I select everything here, I will now come over to this place and make sure that I'm on the home tab, and then come over to this place there with this arrow. This arrow simply means merge, and there are different ways you can merge. Okay, so I want to merge and center. So now I've merged and centered this. So after merging and centering everything I type in here will now be merged and centered in one cell. So I'm going to be typing the same thing here, data entry for absolute beginner. So now the next I'm going to be doing right now is that I'm going to give it this color. So for me to give it this color, I'll just click to highlight the cell. So after highlighting the cell, still maintain that the tab is still on the home, and then come over to this place. You see this place called fill color. Click on the drop down to choose any color of interest. So I'm going to be using the same color that I used for this previous video, and this is the color. So now that is the color for the cell. Now these cells, now I want to change the color of the text. Now when you come and select the same cell, head over to this part they wrote letter A. That means font color, as you can see it here. So click on the drop down and select any color of choice, but in this video I'm going to be using white. So I've done this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is that I will still be on the cell, and then I want to make it bold as this one. So I'm going to come over here and click on B, or I will simply click on Ctrl B to make it bold. Now as you can see here, this one is wider than this one, so I will also do that. So what I want to do that now is that I will just come over to this place. Now watch out the kind of arrow that came out. So this split arrow, I'll just click and drag it down a little bit. So as you can see here, it's creating a space almost as equal as that I had there. So I'll still come over here now and click on to merge and center it. So now after merging and centering it, I'll head over to this place. Now this place is alignment, just like you want to align something to the right, left, middle and center, right? So you see this place, middle align. Click on middle align, then it will take it to this part, and then the next thing left for this table now is to make the font to appear like this one. So as you can see, the font size of this one is 14. So I'm going to come over here and then make the font size to also be 14, and then we are good with the first part. So the thing we want to work on is on this part. Now if you look at this part very well, you will see that it has serial number, income received. Now this income received has two different lines dividing it, and then it's just like a header on it, and then bills also have the same thing, while expenses also have the same thing. So that's what we want to do here right now. So over here we have our serial number, so I will just type serial number. Okay, now over here we just know that this income received cuts across two different cells in a row, right? So that means it's here and here. So what I'm going to be doing is the same thing I did there. I'll just highlight these two cells and then click to center, merge and center it. So as you can see, it's totally merged and center. Then I will now add the color of this background. So I will just select this cell and then come over to this paint bucket, that's the color fill, and then click to select the same color that I used in the other one, which is this. So now I've done that. So the next thing I'll just do is just to copy this text and then all I just have to do is copy this text and then paste it here, just like that. So when I paste this text, it's going to appear here, and then it's going to maintain exactly what we have here. So the next thing we're going to be doing is that I'm going to come over here to make that of the bills. So as you can see, bills also cut across two different cells. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to select two cells and then merge and center it, apply a color of purple to it, and then we are good to go. Then I'll just type in my text, and that is bills. So I'll also change the color of the text and then make it white. Now sometimes if you don't want this thing to be on the center, you just have to click on it and then come over to this alignment, and then I think I choose it to be on the left alignment, then also choose this one to also appear on the left alignment. So this is how it is. So then the next one I'm going to be doing now is the last one, which is the expenses made, and as you can see, it cut across two different lines. So I'm going to come over here and highlight, and then I'm going to merge and center it as usual, or I'll just simply merge this one this time around. After merging it, I'll just click on it and then click on this paint bucket and then select a color for it. So after selecting a color for it, then I'll now type in the text, which is the expenses that I made, and then don't forget to change the color of the text to white. What we do now is that we're going to be entering the serial number, and the serial number started from 1 all the way to 6. Alright, so I'll just enter 1 here and then enter 2 here, but I'm not going to be typing it throughout to get to 6. So what I'm going to be doing is that I'll select the cell and this cell and then come over here. Now watch how this cursor is going to change. So watch how this cursor is going to change to a lighter cross, then drag it down to the end. So the problem here is that we only have 5 columns, and then over here we have up to 6 columns, but that's not a problem. For us to make it a complete 6 column, all you just have to do is come over here and then select everything to this end, and then repeat what you did by coming to the border and then click on border. So everything now has a border, so it's up to you to now type in the 6 since it's just one that is left. Okay, so now after typing this, remember I want it to be like this one, to be floated to the left just like this one. So I'll just select it and then come over to the alignment. So when I come to the alignment, and then I'll align it to the left, and that is it. So now here we want to now start entering the same data that we had here. So I'll just have to copy everything the way it is and just paste it here. So the last thing we're going to be doing in this video is that we're going to be calculating this. We're going to calculate everything here to show you how we got all these expenses. So we'll come over to this 6th line, and then here is where we want to have our total income. So this our total income will be, for this one, for the total income received, is going to be sum of everything here. So what I'm going to be doing right now is that I'm going to select everything down to this point, because this is where I want to sum up everything. Then I will leave this home page and come over to this place they wrote formulas. So when I click on formulas, you see this place that is auto sum. I can click to drop it down and then choose any formula that I want, but I just want to sum it up. I'll just click on this and then it will give me the total of 330,000, just like this one. So if I repeat the same process here and come over here, remember it is in formulas, I'll come over here, click on this place and click on sum. It will give me the total for the bills I made, and then come over here and just repeat the same process and come over here and click. It will just give me the total of everything that I've just had. So it depends on you now to format it as you like, by making it bold, changing the colors and making it appear as you like. So this is it. So in the next video I'll be showing you guys how to make budgeting in data entry. Very important. So watch what we did. We replicated everything that is in this part to this part to make sure that everything worked well. I beg you to please subscribe to this channel, like this video for more. Thank you for watching.